start.
Mr. Ganeshan, it's been really nice having you over here at the HeyMath R&D Center in Chennai. We've been waiting for this day to happen for a long time now. Fairfield Methodist is one of the earliest adopters of HeyMath and also of technology to enrich the teaching and learning of mathematics. You implemented the program way back in 2004. And during this period, in the last 8-9 years, we've seen so many developments from the MOE's side in terms of pedagogical strategies like Teach Less, Learn More, collaborative learning, SDL, and more recently learning experiences, and also the unfolding of the master plan, ICT master plan. What has been your experience using HeyMath, and how has this partnership helped you in implementing some of these strategies?
I think the partnership, in a way, what has evolved, it makes things easier for the teachers, definitely. I think technology is one way to actually engage our students to actually like math. And what is very useful in this partnership is every time there's certain new initiatives, I can always discuss with your site to actually come up with new content. And be it national education, be it learning experiences, as you've said that I've actually started this partnership since 2004, and over the years I've seen many new applications, and it's always the customers first, and I feel that you always understand our needs, and based on our needs you have actually created apps, and that has actually eased our teaching and learning in mathematics, and I think that all the teachers actually benefit, and in fact the presentation you just gave us in terms of the new apps and features, I think those are the things that we have been facing in schools. And at the end of the day, our vision is actually to improve our students, the students' learning, and the understanding of mathematical concepts. And I think with that vision in mind, I think it's a very strong partnership, and we should continue to actually develop such applications to help our students understand mathematics better. Yes.
Right, and I think as we move forward, we envisage a lot more of co-creation and collaborative innovation happening with you and with the other teachers in the school. Could you tell us briefly about how you plan to use HeyMath in the classroom, in the computer lab, and also to promote independent learning among kids? What is the planning process that goes into it?
I think what we are trying to do is, with the introduction of iPads and many gadgets, we want actually learning to take place not only in classrooms, but out of classrooms as well. And how we can use technology around the environment to actually make them see mathematics in real life. I think that's the most important. We want mathematics as a tool for them to actually open their doors, to the outside world. So I think I see myself using technology out of the classroom, and as such, I'm also trying to actually plan for my teachers to actually use technology out of classroom. So it will be very useful, if it is mobile, using the iPad going around, and I think that will be very useful. And I feel that the planning-wise and all that, as you can see that ministry is moving towards SDL, COL, and all that, and those elements are coming in. And of course, we will also like to actually use HeyMath to help us, envisage that vision of COL and SDL, and how we can actually fulfill all those initiatives. At the same time, learning must take place. Yeah. So a part of planning is actually now to move mathematics out of the classrooms even more, with technology.
Okay, yes. That's nice to hear. In fact, as we talked earlier in the presentation today, we are looking at seeing if we can work with you to implement the flipped classroom idea, and also more personalization, so that we can create individual learning paths for students, and use the smartphones and WhatsApp and all these applications to foster real-time interaction between students and teachers, and also among students itself. Talking about the impact of HeyMath on students, do you have any stories or any anecdotes or any specific examples that come to mind where this has turned around students or changed the attitude towards mathematics, or actually improved performance among some of the weaker students? Is there anything that you could relate in the last?
I think what my students liked about HeyMath is actually they can access any time. They can't have access teachers to 24 hours a day, but I think what has helped that some of my students, the weaker students especially, see the power of learning maths anytime. They can go in, they don't need a textbook, like for example, I have my recent students, Sec 4 students who have been, just last year, they forgot some concepts and all that, they know they can always go on to Heyman and then look at concepts anytime. And the practice that comes after each lesson has also helped them to actually revise their concepts. And the other thing which actually attracts students is the tools, the graph tools. Graphing is something students don't like to do because it takes a lot of time plotting the points.
It's tedious.
It's very tedious. And I think that the application, especially when they can change the parameters, the coefficients of the variables and see the nature of the roots and all that, I think that has actually helped them to understand concepts better. And many students actually are now buying the idea of actually going into the portal without me actually reminding them. And that actually gives them some independent learning. It takes place. And I think HeyMath has actually helped in that sense, to actually bring about a motivation to go on and find out more and then reinforce their learning through online platform.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, just to conclude, Singapore has an enviable track record in proficiency in math and science. And everywhere where I travel, and we have implementations all over the world in South Africa, Colombia, India, the question that always gets asked is, what is the secret sauce of Singapore? What makes it such a high-performing country? And we believe that, we have very deep engagements in Singapore. We've been present since 2001, and I think what we really value is our relationship with the teachers and this continuous dialogue that happens, which makes the innovation possible. What has been your experience as far as the support you've received from us, both on the ground, the training component, the professional development training component, the TWA that we have regularly, and the email-based and the virtual support? Could you tell me a little bit about?
Honestly, I must tell you that although you are not in the past, you were not situated in Singapore, you were from India, but I must say that the support was there every other time. The emails, or through phones, and I know that the representative comes all the way from India to Singapore to actually meet us in person. I think that gives the kind of a relationship, although we know that it's not Singapore-based at the beginning. It's the company is based on Chennai, but at the same time the support is very fast. I think that actually kept us going with the partnership, because at any partnership it's important that we want immediate solutions, especially with technology and education. We want technology sometimes can lag and all that, and we need someone to be there to help us. And I think that although not physically there, through the online platform, they were able to actually support us. And I'm very glad that now there's actually a Singapore representative whom I can turn to and call immediately,
Right.
to actually find out. I think those are the things that HeyMath has gone a long way to actually engage the customers, like us, and help the teachers even more. So I feel that that is actually has helped us a lot, and I hope that we can actually continue with this partnership and to develop more apps, and then make lives easy for the teachers, using technology to engage the learners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Ganeshan.
Thank you
Really
very
nice
much.
having you in Chennai.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very much.